Hello, how you doing?
Hey Dino, how are you?
Good. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late.
Oh, that's
So
okay. I was just worried like whether you're joining today or not.
yeah, it's just some of these interviews get
Oh,
longer
yeah.
than expected. But if we
So,
can if we could hurry up and start, that'd be great.
yeah, sounds good, Dino. So, Dino, on June 18, last Friday, you released your 10th studio album, Aggression Continuum. So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and the production behind the album?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be on your show. And yes, we released our record June 18th, and it's been great. The response has been amazing. Very happy about it. Um, the writing process happened about 2016 and 2017. We actually used a drum program for the actual album. But later on, fast forward to 2020, I ended up having the drums redone with a live drummer.
Yeah.
And yeah, it came out much better. I reamped the guitars with my Marshall Jason 800 modified head by Mike Fortin.
Yeah.
I went in and added some more keyboards, worked with some, collaborated with other keyboardists on this record. And I got Andy Sneap to mix the album, which is amazing. He mixed the last record, Genexus,
Mhm.
and also got the producer, Damien Reynaud, who's worked with me. He's been working with the band since 2011 on the Industrialist, which came out in 2012.
Mhm.
And then after that, Genexus, and then, of course, this new record. So it came out amazing. Very happy about the album. And I'm very proud of it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And did you put some kind of concept or theme behind this album?
Yes, there's a lot of dialogue on the record. It's different movies that I put into the intros of the songs just to give it a little bit more meaning behind it. But the overall concept is still the relationship between human and AI, and how over the years it's progressed, it's degressed,
Mhm.
it's been a battle. They've gotten along, and in this one, it kind of deals with a little bit of where we are further into the concept of AI becoming more human, more sentient, and we talk more about those concepts.
Sounds good. Sounds good, Dino. And like, do you have any plans for touring this year? I know Burton has left the band, but do you have other plans bringing in new session singers or something like that to go
we
with the
have
touring?
we have no plan to tour this year at all.
Mhm.
Not until next year for sure. Only because, well, one, we don't have a singer yet,
Mhm.
but all of this kind of has to do with COVID restrictions, travel
Gotcha.
restrictions around the
Mhm.
world. So there's not exactly a lot of places for us to go, only the US.
Mhm.
Plus, we have we've been auditioning vocalists,
Yeah.
and some of them cannot get here for an in-person audition because
Mhm.
of the travel restrictions. So as
Gotcha.
soon as all that stuff is lifted,
Mhm.
um, we'll be able to make more plans.
That sounds good to me. And like this journey has been quite long for you since 1989. So can you tell me
No,
how
1990. That's
99?
the
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's get that correct because
yeah.
Wikipedia is wrong. It's actually the band was conceived in 1990.
99. Sounds good. And can you tell me how the journey has been for you for so long?
It's been a whirlwind. It's been great. Just like everything, there's ups and downs. You
Yeah.
know, this band is this band has definitely has a very unique situation of a lot of things that's happened. I've been kicked out of the band. I've come back into the band. I've been in lawsuits with the band.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's been crazy, but it's been fun, and I'm happy that early in my career that I was able to create a style
Mhm.
that people can still be influenced by. I think that's one of the things about Fear Factory is that I think we're still relevant is because people are still doing what we created, back in the early 90s.
Yes. And I know there was a lot of legal issues that was going on between the band members.
Yep.
And
Yep.
right now, what is the situation? It's all settled now, and it's all good to go for you.
Uh, well, I can never let my guard down because I just don't know what could happen in the future. But as of right now, everything seems to be okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And would you like to share some of the greatest moments that you had over the years, Dino?
One of the greatest moments that I had was first moving to Los Angeles, making the decision to come here to be in music, to make music my career. This is what I chose as my life when I was 9 years old. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to be. And then making that first step to, leaving home when I was 17 years old to move to Los Angeles. So, I could follow this dream and this career. And I was able to make it happen at a very young age. And I was able to be successful.
Sounds great. Sounds great. And how do you feel when you look back, go back to the 90s when it all started for you? And how do you feel where you stand now?
Well, I feel like I said, I feel very lucky that I was able to create a sound that people are still inspired by today. Um, and I'm just lucky that I still wake up every day and I still want to write music and I still want to collaborate and I
Mhm.
still want to continue to make records for the rest of my life. It's been a long journey and I look back at it and I'm definitely going to document it in a book. For sure, working on a book. I want to get it out to everybody to read my life struggle and happiness and success.
Sounds good, Dino. And talking about Aggression Continuum, the new album again, like the album is so powerful musically, it's done amazingly, and I enjoy listening to your album. It is really awesome. It's so powerful. So as a how as a creator of this album, how do you feel about the outcome?
Oh, I feel amazing about the outcome. I mean, the record sounds great. Andy Sneap did a good job mixing it. We put a lot into this record, or at least I put a lot into this record, and I made it happen. I didn't want to give up, and I wanted to make sure this record comes out for everybody to hear.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And although there was so much ups and downs and legal issues and everything, but still you are so strong and you keep coming back and giving us great music. So how you were able to do that? I was surprised to see that.
Yeah, I mean, people have asked me why don't I give up? Why don't I just walk away from this stuff? But it, I feel that it's willing to fight for. I didn't want to give up. I persevered. I, still, uh, I'm still a creative person, and I still want to create this music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Music can be hard. It can be hard work sometimes, and no matter how bad or good your music is, it's still hard work, and I still enjoy doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Sounds good.
sometimes music is all about challenges, and just in life in general is the same way. It's like sometimes you just don't know what's going to happen. You just have to try to overcome it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that music is about challenges. It's about discovery. It's about discrimination. I'm sorry, experimentation, and it should be dangerous and radical sometimes. But I can't fear to try new things,
Mhm.
or I can't fear to continue, because sometimes those fears could keep you from discovering something new. And I think that really excites me when I'm working on new music, and that's what keeps me going. I love making the Fear Factory fans happy.
Yeah.
um, I like to put smile on their faces. I like to give them music that they enjoy, and I think that's what drives me still to not give up.
Absolutely beautiful. And I know, like you also have other projects that you do work on. So are you still doing something new with the other projects, or you have put a hold on those things for now?
Well, at the moment, I put those things on hold, just because there's a lot of stuff coming out
Mhm.
with Fear Factory. We just released the demanufacture on vinyl with also an extra vinyl with live songs from Ozfest 1996.
Yeah.
Working on this record, obviously, working on getting a new singer, and then working on in the studio with them and getting all that prepared for next year. Takes a lot of work, takes a lot of time. But I also released Bleed the Fifth and Bringer of Plagues, Divine Heresy albums.
Yeah.
So I just released those as well too on
Sounds
vinyl.
good. Sounds good, Dino. And Dino, thank you so much for giving your fans and the metal world an amazing album this year. Just brilliantly done. I want to say it again. It's a beautiful album. So I'm sure the fans will enjoy and kick it hard with this album. And finally, do you have any message for your fans around the world?
Yes, of course. I want to say thank you for supporting me, supporting this music for the past 30 years. I really appreciate that. And I will continue to represent Fear Factory the best way I can moving forward. Thank you very much for all your support. I appreciate it.
Sounds good, Dino. And Dino, thank you so much for giving your time today for Mental Health Forward magazine. And it was really a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you. And I can't wait to get to whatever country you're in. I believe it's India, correct?
Yes, that's exactly correct. I'm from India.
I can't wait to go back.
So we are most welcome. You're most welcome here. We are waiting for you to come and play for us.
Thank you very much, Ben.
And you have a good day, Dino. Nice
You too.
talking
Thank
to you.
you.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.